The legal papers for Aaron Penman's divorce are worthless now. The paralegal he hired a few years ago filled them out wrong and didn't even file them with the court. Instead,
Didn't even file them with the court. I was telling you that earlier.
Penman says Nyasha Muyambo gave him a fake file number so Penman would think the job was done. $1,100 later, the money was gone. Penman was still legally married.
And then the excuses, he got harder to get a hold of, refused to talk to me.
See, that's what happens. Once they're caught, they don't, you know there's a problem if they're not calling you back. Put it that way.
And eventually he blocked my phone number. And during the process, I was getting nervous and I was starting to make some phone calls. Like, is there a dispute resolution center for paralegals? And is there a governing body for paralegals? And everything come up, nope. Anybody can call themselves a paralegal and hang out a shingle. Yeah, then you're hung out to dry.
So that is, I think this was in Canada. I think just the way his pronunciation of some of the words, I want to say at the end, maybe they say it's Canada, but I watched it a few times. I should know that. But so that's a little bit different in California. There is a distinction. And that's what I'm trying to clarify here. You need to be an LDA, legal document assistant, or legal document preparer to do this. And that's why there's these certifications. There's a governing body. There's associations that you don't have to belong to. But so maybe a little bit different there, but yeah, can anyone just call themselves a paralegal and you don't know the difference and you hire them? Absolutely. And these same problems are happening.
Yambo didn't answer any of Go Public's messages either.
Nothing. No answer. He's a hard man to get a hold of.
And at the business address on his website, the house is cleared out.
That should be a red flag right there. Doing business out of your house. That should just be a red flag. I knew when I first got into this, I do a lot of YouTube videos. I have like 1,500 YouTube videos. So when I came onto the stage here in Santa Clarita and across California, I got a lot of angry calls of people saying, why are you giving all your information for free? Why are you doing this? And that's for another day. But I had an office and, locally and so forth, and people would come in, but this guy said that he would not go to, he wouldn't have people come to his house. He would go to their house. He told me stories about being bitten by dogs and his houses being nasty and all that. And you got to start, somewhere. So I get it, but maybe meet at a, public place, a library or something like that. But if you're going to someone's home, I think that is a major red flag.
He's also wanted by police after another client complained he did the same thing to him.
So currently, Mr. Nyasha Muyambo has a warrant for fraud under $5,000.
Unlike lawyers who are regulated by provincial laws, in many parts of the country, paralegals are not. So there's nowhere to go to find out if a paralegal...
Especially when you're not supposed to be doing it to begin with. If you're not an LDA, in which there are governing boards, you're a paralegal doing this fraudulently, shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, I agree with that. Who are you going to complain to? Who are you going to go to? So these folks out here get away with murder.
Is trained, insured, or even honest, and nowhere to turn if there's a problem.
And if I didn't touch on that, I want to cover it again. A paralegal, again, who shouldn't be doing this, aren't going to have the certifications, the training experience required to get the certification. That's probably why a lot of people don't do this or get the licensing or registration, as it's called, because it is a lot. And there is every 2 years training, 20 units that you have to take and go down to the county and get re-registered and prove that you've done that. And you have to have a bond. So if there is something that goes wrong and you get sued, that's covered. So as a paralegal, there's really no recourse whatsoever.
As paralegals in some provinces asking to be regulated, worry that the reputation of the entire profession is suffering because of a problem few.
Literally anybody can walk out their door at any time and say, oh, I'm a paralegal and I can help you with your legal problem. And these people in the public who are being taken advantage of, they've got no recourse. And we also are really looking to protect members of the public, vulnerable people of the public, all people, from some rather unscrupulous people who have been running around and charging a lot of money for paralegal services that are not up to the standards that they should be.
Some provinces, like Manitoba and Saskatchewan, are looking at regulating. Ontario is
Canada.
the only one that already does. In BC, paralegals have some oversight working under the supervision of lawyers. But Alberta's government, where Muyambo was last operating, is dead set against new rules. That's disappointing to Penman.
I suppose 99% of the paralegals are operating in good faith and trying to get the job done. And it's just there's a few people out there who are scamming.
So that's really wanted to show you. So these problems are real. They not just here, but everywhere, obviously in Canada as well. But this is happening. So do your due diligence. Check things out. Let's go.